So Water3 is technically a social enterprise. We're trying to eliminate single-use plastic bottles by offering consumers an alternative. The alternative is to refill with spring water or pure natural water while they're out, and it's convenient. Ours is very different to a standard water fountain in that we can locate them anywhere. We don't need plumbing, so there's no infrastructure costs. We really are a technology company, so we primarily built this hardware because no one had ever built it. We saw a big gap in the market. We're well north of 200 machines now in southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales. So I came across 12HIGH, going to see Nathan speak at an event at River City Labs. And we had a few gaps that I could identify straight away. And so it's interesting, there's not so much problems we were trying to solve, it was more of a case of we don't know what we don't know, and we knew that we didn't know what we didn't know. With 12HIGH, it was kind of like, hey, just come and see what we're doing, help us understand what we're missing, because we don't really know where we're at. Whilst we're very good at building machines and QA and that sort of stuff, it was the rest of the thing around it that we needed help with. In terms of what was most valuable around the audit, I think it was a case of getting all these business groups in different countries actually sitting at one and looking at one document together, going, well, here's what we think, here's what we think, here's what we think, and going, okay, actually there's some really good stuff. And there's a couple of things we're like, oh, no one's really taking responsibility for that. What are we going to do about it? So that was probably one of the key things I took away from it. It gave us the ability to kind of strip off the band-aid a wee bit and go, okay, well actually there are some gaps here and we probably do need to address them. For us, in terms of tangible outcomes that we've been taken from that audit, we've integrated a couple of third-party apps and software that we probably were going to try and do ourselves, and realised that let's just stick to our knitting rather than try and boil the ocean. Let's take best of breed off the shelf, and that was probably one of the things we were trying to do, is do everything ourselves. I would build it ourselves, but as we've grown since that audit, we've realised that there's too much to do ourselves already on our own integral stuff that we need to own. So yeah, bringing these external partners in terms of software has been really valuable. Nathan and the 12HIGH group are, they seem to know everybody. As an example, we picked up another distributor out of just some random conversations that we had. But it did enable us as a team, and especially a senior global team, to really have some candid conversations about the direction of our technology. So having an independent tool there that's not trying to sell a piece of software, most importantly, because you get some people coming here and all they want to do is sign you up for licenses. And that was probably the key thing, is you actually got someone independent who's like, I'm platform agnostic, I don't care which way you go. We're expanding globally, and whilst I can't tell you exactly who with, we are partnering with big companies across the planet. And what's good is that we're able to submit our own ERP system, but then say, hey, look, for this, we've got this software, for this, we've got this software, and they're familiar names and there's familiarity, rather than a whole bunch of, here's some weird company in Australia built their own software. It's like, oh, we know Zendesk, oh, we know that marketing automation tool, oh, we do know that CRM. And so there's it gives us security knowing that we've built our own software, but best of breed off the shelf. Yeah, it just makes us look like we know what we're doing. Look, there's a real range of businesses I think could benefit from it, from even a franchise tyre shop through to fast food, through to corporates. If you don't have a solid digital strategy, and digital isn't how many clicks I'm getting on Facebook, it's looking at utilising technology to make your business better. Just like back in the 70s it became, or the 80s or whenever it was, fax machines made life better. If you're not embracing technology and integrating it into your processes, get your process right, and then see what system's got to go across the top, and every business can benefit from that. Don't be afraid to rip the band-aid off. If you don't come in with a pretty open mind and say, right, here's everything, you're not going to get a good result. Don't hide anything. Don't be embarrassed, because I'll tell you, whatever you think's embarrassing, Nathan's seen worse. Not here, we're good.